I love to transform people's houses where they're just plain, boring, into something that looks grand and spectacular. I love stuff like with Renaissance, so I'd really love to go over to Europe and work on palaces and castles and places like that. I was fortunate enough that I worked with a tradesman that used to do a lot of heritage decoration. It just blossomed, and most of our work now is consistent where we do a lot more heritage than we do normal painting.
Name is Ronald Webster. Retired. Used to be a painter and decorator, or mainly a grainer and marbler. Doing your impression of timber work on ordinary painted doors or walls. You could do any grain you wanted to, whether it be light oak, dark oak, mahogany, walnut, you name it, we can do it. You could go into a house with ordinary painted doors and make them look 100-year-old by the way you apply the colours in that. I went to the School of Building in London, Brixton School of Building, for 3 years. And I went through all the trades, and I decided I wanted to be a grainer and marbler. But next thing I had to find somebody who was good enough to teach me, you know. And this chap was called Robson and Son. Excellent grainer, one of the best in England. I've been doing this 55 years.
With heritage, you've got to be very careful because previously the walls have been painted, so we have to do scrapings, and from those scrapings we can discover. We're like a bit like detectives. We have to discover what's underneath. Once we've discovered if there's a stencil or if there's a trompe-l'oeil or if there's a mural, and we can trace it, and from our tracings we can go and actually cut the stencils, recut the stencils again, and we reapply the colours that were originally there, and also the stencils or whatever mural or cartouche or whatever that's on the wall or ceilings. You need to be an artist as well. It does help. You've got to have some form of art in your blood. It does.
I do artwork now. I put me so-called talents, painting murals and trompe-l'oeils and that. And that's a trompe-l'oeil in my bedroom. This is all paint. Curtains are all painted. I think we tend to be a bit mean because I should have took on an apprentice and taught him the trade so that when I'm 6 foot under, he can carry on the trade because it is a dying art.
We do need, in the paint industry, to keep the old trade still going. The young people do need to know about how to apply these things because if they don't, and if we're still not around and we don't do it, that it's going to be a lost cause in the future. It'll take you at least 7 years to get to a stage where you can confidently say you can leave that person alone and know that they're going to do it.
I mean, so you can tell different marblers and grainers by the style of work, by little things they do in their work that makes them different from everybody else. I think the satisfaction possibly of when you finish the job, look at it and say, God, that does look like oak. Or it does look like walnut, or it does look like mahogany, and just the satisfaction of doing it. It's a very, I think you've got to treat yourself as a bit of an artist, whereby the wall or door is your canvas, and you apply yourself to that canvas. We used to do all the pubs, Watney's, Truman's, many old established houses we used to do. Magistrates' Court. There was something like 40-odd doors, a grain over a grain over a grain to get what I wanted. Finally I got it and it was great. You know, patience comes into it a lot. You know, you've got to be patient and you've got to know your colours and what you're looking for.
In the old days, I'm going back to 1890s, the painting and decorating trade was the top trade. They used to mix their own paints, apply it, they could do the sign writing, the decoration, the wallpaper. They used to do a whole spectrum. Thank goodness for photographers around the world where they've actually taken photos in the Louvre, in palaces, and then we go on that and then we change it around. We get to use gold leaf. There's not many painters around nowadays that get to use gold leaf, and we get to play with it. The people really appreciate it and it looks fantastic. Actually, one job we did it up in the hills, the Adelaide Hills, the people that owned it told their friends that we marbleised the fireplace, and they didn't believe it. So they used to go and scratch it. So in the end, he said he wouldn't tell them because he said he didn't want his fireplace scratched. So the appreciation that way in the decoration side of things was really good. What actually keeps me in the trade is because I actually love doing what I do. I think if I didn't, I still wouldn't be here. I love to be creative.
Of course, you've got to have a pride. If you haven't got pride in work, you've got nothing. You've got to really enjoy what you do. It's a dirty job, you know. I mean, so the apron I used to have used to be like a bit of leather. It used to stand up by itself. But yeah, it's you can put your own feelings into it.